we gotta sneak in there, because I don't think they're just gonna let us in. Alexei is excited to share your revelations. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Nomina, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Aren't you nice? I thought I could jump over it. Obviously I can't. Okay, gotta let stuff load a little bit. Pull out. Oh, pull in a little bit. Alright, where you at? There we go. Welcome back, Kai. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. And I silently explained. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from the institutions and bureaucrats. But as you say, the ultimately answer to the forum. They ultimately answer to the forum. Wow. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo. It certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As Justola observed earlier, nominal archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Kai and Alazay learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Charlians know nothing of the particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also destruction being perpetrated by the Terraform is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it's a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Alright, yeah. Well, yeah. Anything will be better than me burying my head in another dusty old book. I understand not everyone is the studious type. Consider this a welcome change of pace then. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I would like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That will be a great help. Thank you, Ra. Let's head downstairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. If they're doing something secretive, I doubt they'll just let you in, right? Nice jacket, bro. Seriously, nice jacket. Whee! Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Follow Alazay and try not to fall behind. Alazay sets off on a brisk walk. It's pleasant here amongst the trees, but we really should move along. Now we run. Try to keep up. Oh, what? I chose wrong. Rasha. Not far now. Okay. If I say if she jumps off. I'm already here. Here we are, through the door, downstairs. You did remember to attune to the shard back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. I did indeed. Alright. One sec, be right back. Look, all nice in here. It's like a museum. Huh. Why is it a chocobo keep here? Okay. They still, no matter what, make you wear these ridiculous helmets. Alright, let's go. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group to descend. Right, everyone to the lift and down we go. Oh, so we are just allowed.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation.
It's like a whole
Knowledge
place under
buried
there.
beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
Impressive.
Most impressive.
The island is volcanic, you see.
And once upon a time, this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Ugh.
Are you having an echo vision?
Did you call to me just now?
No.
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
This is an area on itself, isn't it? Yep. Jeez. How do you create a... You basically create a city under a city. Huh. Okay. Can't really see. There we go. You here to help or give me more headaches? Because you don't have the look of a cleaner, and I am in no mood for idle chat. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. Your exchange where Endwalker has taught you about the exhausted cleaners. Alright. Let me think. The rate of seeds should be item 1058, cumin seeds 1059, snurbbleberries 1060, or wait, 1061. My head feels like it's stuffed with mako grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Corthian carrots for the Garabinian carrots? What then? Your exchange with Tibi has taught you about large shipments coming in and out of Labyrinthos. Alright, Dobbin, what you got for me? Alright, you want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books, and ore, and fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos, you know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Perhaps preparing for the next big expansion? Your exchange with Dobbin has taught you about taking stock in Labyrinthos. Oh, shit. I can't just teleport in front of people like that. Man. It's rude. Any luck, Kai? What tales do the gleaners have to tell? So this grand operation began without warning. And for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else? That will explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right. The forum's definitely up to something. And they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Get some water. Okay. Crowd appears lost in thought. We would do well to learn more of what specifically the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. If you're game, Kai, I have an idea. Didn't one of those Gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I'll return my charms upon the Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting. Of course, I gotta do the hard work. Hey, buddy. You wish to help me find the marmots? I'm not suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. The name's Armville, friend. Specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Nagsians marmots is a trial I have no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For mercy, there are no other mammoth species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in this sack. Gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on you, on a mammoth, or you, marmot. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. I'm going this way. He did indeed say east. This big mother crapper over here. Who are you? A troll. Let's fight. There we go. Thank you, Demi Bahama. Quixotes? Quixotes! Oh, come on. Barely have you ready to sack when the grizzled mice scampers off. I'm try over here because oh, no, I see the ring. I saw fighting, so I assumed it was here. Now it's over. Squeak, squeak, squeaker, and squeakus. Oh, come on. The rodent nimbly evades your grasp before once more disappearing into the trees. Excuse me. Oh, okay. I was going the right way before. Alright, you'll get in his bag. Squishy. More prepared for its speed this time, you succeed in closing the sack over your elusive quarry. We had to get one? Huh. Thought you would have to catch like 3. And jump. Oh, crap. Alright, let's get it, bro. Let's go. Let's go. I'm with it. I'm for it right now. I didn't read it out loud. There's the odd marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in the holding cage. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. He tasked you with capture in the first place. What will you do with the ones now? What will we do with them? Hey, what will you do with the marmots? That's for the forums to decide. They are the guiding authority behind the Labyrinthos after all. And this job was just one small part of their great inventory of theirs. Suitable for consumption and easy to breed. Those were the 2 conditions, and I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. Okay. I don't know what the forum has planned for these creatures. At the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Kai. Is this the gleaner you mentioned? The one who's looking for lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? I'm Crow, of the students of Baldessian. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the forum's decisions of late have not set entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent to Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing the decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and close to the empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Did you learn anything new from our friend there? So we've confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. Why would they? I say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun, the forum contacted the Gleaners' guild ship and put their people to this great work some 4 days after the Terrafori made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I am inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives a distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telephoric Declaration was what set it all in motion. It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to Archeon? From there, we can reach the lower... Kai, Kraut, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it. Nothing that will stop me from the soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archeon. We follow the path east through the forest where you were chasing after the mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Yeah, I've seen. Alright. Hold, Archeon. And the moment serves as Charlene's literary archive. So does the structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture, too, is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archeon contains a physical history of Charlene's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Alright. I did take some time to actually level up my character a little bit with some dungeons. Wanted to just see some new skills. Alright. Alphinaud is gazing into the Archeon with an appraising look. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. More quest has popped up. Woo! Needs more experience later on. I walked through here so many times I didn't see this. The custodian. Greetings. We are here to peruse the Archeon vaults. Peruse? You are clearly not gleaners then. Might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Baldessian, but is that relevant? I was given the belief that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Okay. Not us then? I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? The service also has been suspended, I am afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. Suspicious. What, so this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after a restructuring operation is concluded. By that time, it will be too late. We were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for a moment, shall we? Hey, I don't even try to whisper. Students of Baldessian. Alright, Stola, what's up? We're at an impasse, as we have no other leads. I should like to pursue this one further. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. 'Tis likely that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to integrate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. I can do that. I do all the heavy lifting anyway. Alright, let's ask around. Hard on this metal, ain't you? The new student. I am taking the lift. Like, am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archeon, even though we found... Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere. But it was wandering around Tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Oddest little squirrel, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Archeon is open again. Okay. We are searching for people. Ooh, Gym Soul Trainer. Trader, wow, what's that trainer? Cool, you have a map? You do not have a map, so I do not care. Unless it helps me move faster, I don't care. Ah, there we go. Bone Weary Worker. He definitely should need some help. What's that? Take you down on the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a gleaner fellow heading out the gate there, though, shouldering a large pack, engaged in some manner of task. Maybe he'll be headed down below after he's done with whatever he's doing. Can I just jump up here? No, I gotta go around. Like he's getting caught on everybody. You need some help, sir? You need some help, sir? Oh, it's this guy again. Quiet, you're frightening it away. Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloudkin I need to capture is close. Very close. You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 200 is generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green and its cry a distinctive call. Single it out and shoot it with the sleeping dart. Oh, okay, cool. The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie in wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Okay. Search your surroundings for the hornbill. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Take the hornbill and use the blowgun. Oh, okay. R2, X. Or X. So it's green. Look for a green bird which calls and sedated. That's cool. There's a walk. Is that green? That's it right here. It has to be. Wait, I didn't see it. Did it call? Yep. Gotcha. Ooh, had some resistance there. That was cool. I'm a master hunter. Pick that to sleep. That smile.
A fair shot.
Oh, you talk.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
Gotta stop running into each other like this.
There you are. Any new revelations?
Maybe. As she says silently.
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose.
Okay.
Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers hand-picked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
That's shady.
Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly
Get more
need with a
comfortable.
hornbill? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But
Do my job, make
judging
my
by
money.
the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species, too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion, then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
There you go. You gotta pay us. Let's go on the elevator.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will, of course, follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
Is there?
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
Oh yeah, it's perfect, because that means I gotta go through it and beat up everything.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you'd do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Is this a dungeon? Or are we just walking through? Alright, mine shaft. Where you at? Got it. Get on my beautifully purple chocobo with this beautiful, nice blue armor. I got a pretty bird. Very pretty bird. My bird better than your bird. Alright, what we doing? This must be it. The entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Alright, switching out Alizé. Ali seems eager to get underway. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Okay. Ooh, I like that. That look good. Okay. Check out everybody's outfits. Wait a minute. Was I just unable to walk this way before? I swear I walked over here and there was no cave. That thing looks weird. What is that? Ew. What is that? Let's keep it going. Sounds squishy in here. Survey with you. Two of the nasty monsters. Let's go. I'll help you out. got him down. I can outrun it. Leave me alone, you nasty thing. There we go. I'm just surveying up the area. Nope, no to look forward to. Explosions galore. A bird in a car race. Might need to put something extra in that car. Should be keeping up with you like this. Woohoo. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence, at least. And as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the immediate circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agriculture production. If Erneville's assumptions hold true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let us follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Back on the bird. Yay, new areas. Cover this whole map. Alright, I'm gonna go the opposite way. Just to get that little piece. Wait. Stray garlic. I wanna fight y'all. I just want to. Love this. I've seen a rock fall off the ground. Just looks good. I'm liking the new summoner. I'm liking it. Guess that's the other level. Went too long without actually seeing had to fight something. Those are some very foxy grapes. Aha! Now I know where we are. This is the Merrill Agronomics. Merrill Agronomics. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies and cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. That pun. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Foods so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name. Only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I saw grapes. They're just grapes. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. Tis possible they know something of the forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same, or cast about for useful clues. Alright. I'm a neat. Mengnoga. Oh, we got two people to talk to. Alright. Overwhelmed believer. Let's see what's up with you. Do I have aught to be taken down below? More than I can carry, and then some. Most of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transport. Hence the stack of crates atop the hill over there. Gods, hauling the lot up that slope was a job and a half. Wakanet? Hey, it's a mimic. Harried harvester. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Hey! Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Probably surprising, given that it's native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modeled, a region in the south of Isabard. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transitions into a hot, humid coastline. These are a lot of words. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect, using to be called Corvos before the Imperials renamed it Locos Amanus. The Forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climate we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. It's since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments in cultivation. Wow. Let me slow down when reading. I thought that said jerk. His name is Jep. As I say, Jep. What's up, Jep? Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors. Not with use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? We walk. The mine shaft, you say? Well, you're much a hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the Forum has us filling order lists a mile long. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all will be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Keeping everybody in the dark about this. Alright, let's investigate those stacked boxes. I see you're still over there doing nothing. At all. Doing a lot of work around here. Alright, she said they were at the top of the hill. And we get attacked. You don't want this, bro. You don't want this. Yeah, go back. You don't want this. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents. Bundles of common seeds and saplings, accompanied by sheaves of reports. pretty.
Hard to look away, isn't it?
A little bit.
But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion. You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true. This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy. Dark, subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Sharlayan at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect.
Mood flowers. If that was real, that would be a nice gift.
And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
I like how you walked up and just assumed I wanted to hear it. I mean, it was nice, but that was a big assumption. That did nothing. That conversation did nothing. Those flowers are going to be important.
Have you learned aught of interest?
I learned about some flowers. Want to hear? I said silently.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly.
Convenience is convenience?
Isn't that the entrance to the Archaean?
That's how you say it, Archaean.
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
It's the only black bunny person we have seen down here.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
Everything's stuck. All my wires got crossed.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
Oh, what's wrong, Crow?
Cryo?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
You weren't even
I'm
listening.
glad you agree.
What are we doing? You are walking very slow over there, my man.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
The way he walking, we can take our sweet old time.
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Hmm? Alright, Stola. Is Crow still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her. Keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. Alice is not about to let Erenville out of her sight. Erenville was headed westward along the path outside the Archeon. Come, we can still catch him. Just gonna leave me. Can I just jump down? We could have just did that. Anyway. Hold a moment. I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is the Logisticon's Beta, one of the Labyrinthos climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Graha and his vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toes. Oh, heck no. Not me. What? Why not her? Unaccustomed to transfiguration? Worry not. It will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you were to learn anything of note. Dang. Which reminds me, where are the creatures here about? In that form, you are essentially defenseless. Oh, thank you. You change it to a toad. You must remain transfigured in order to progress with the quest objectives. You will return from your transfigured state if you move too far away to look to your map for the transfigured area. Okay. So you can still to restore or prolong transfiguration. Alright. I'm in here for 30 minutes. We should be good. Alpha Toad and Ala Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side to proceed. This is weird. Yep. I'm not even looking where I'm supposed to go. Okay. Let's go, my green friends. Hop in the name of justice. It's kind of suspicious that all three of us just like gather next to each other. We probably should split up.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now, but unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
You're right.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the forum.
It's like saying you go up to your manager and say it's not working. So, all right, I'm gonna talk to corporate. They never do. We all feel that.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
I knew he knew. I knew it.
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
Like he said, he's a scholar.
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
I like him. I like him. Is something gonna happen to him? I don't want that. Maybe I shouldn't like him. I suppose we should have known a greener who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yeah, he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we discovered a new piece of the puzzle, this monumentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Charlian has been called to action, and the Telefori Declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Orzia's request for aid. So they do believe that it's coming. So then, Alize is staring off in the direction of Erenville departed, a thoughtful look on her face. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing further. We should head back to Ustola and Crowd for the moment, see what they think of this. Get comfortable. Ooh. Is anybody doing this? Yes. Get up in here. Put them all away. Don't kill. Now I'm getting hit. Thank you, thank you. We're good now. Welcome back. I trust you found Erenville then? Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Cryle, then discuss how we would like to proceed. Slow down. Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near the flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decided to wander. I mean, you didn't have to give me that big... I know where the flowers are. I think. Where I jumped off the cliff. No. No. Leave me alone. What a developer's obsession with putting giant bugs in RPGs. Seriously, though. Ooh. What's wrong? You could tell me what's wrong. I think you could pick those.
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting.
Okay.
She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
Who?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course. But...
Oh. Wait, what?
Thank you.
Heidelin, you need to
Do
stop
not
possessing
worry.
people.
She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you. Take the flower, walk free, for you are free, to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
And just stuff in my back pocket.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away.
You know she's a primal though, right?
My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first, so weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread, imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious! We've done nothing wrong!
Oh, what happened? What y'all do? That was their dad.
Master Fortuno? What business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization.
And we are.
We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian, a group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact.
On what?
With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What, then, is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Who?
Graha! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Why? All he did was read books. They're written to be read.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
This is bullcrap. in the form of 99 people.
Forgive me. I was careless.
No, you good. You gonna mess somebody up. They did something wrong.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Exactly.
The forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work.
How so?
They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
First of all, we still are associates of the students about it. What? Also, Crow. Go ahead, girl.
These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age-long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the forum's policy-making process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
You can sit down. You still standing.
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene.
What y'all doing?
But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
So y'all knew about this from that long ago?
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this...
Why did he choke?
What would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival.
Basically, be a pussy.
Come what may, we shall live on.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
I'm loving Krau's hairstyle.
Father, Master Fortuner, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the Studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? No. If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
It's like somebody's on their side.
Order! We will have order! Master Montaigne raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldessian are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
Some people aren't voting.
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
We have confirmation they knew about it 270 years ago?